Positions are available, from president to governor to senate to MPs and all the way to the members of county assemblies. People know the roles and responsibilities assigned to positions they choose to run for, and nobody should attempt to change the roles and responsibilities midway. It is urgent that both houses come together to allow the country government get their rightful share of funds and discharge their responsibilities to the people of the country. The National Assembly must do the right thing and work with the Senate to get the correct amount of money to counties. More than a decade into the two levels of government, the management and funding of devolved units should be getting more efficient and more predictable. The current standoff and attempts to tamper with the allocation indicate a dangerous backward march. I urge our members of parliament to be enablers of devolution and refuse to be in partnership with those determined to frustrate and kill devolution. End of statement. But I may just add off the cuff that devolution that we came up with has got many enemies. Many people do not want devolution to work in this country. You know, we had put in the Constitution a minimum of 15%, but it does not have to be the minimum. It can go higher up. That's why in the BBI we had wanted to raise it to a minimum of 35%. For your information, in a country like Nigeria, which devolved a three-tier, the local governments get 20% of the revenue. The state government get 35%. The federal government gets 45%. In other words, 55% of the total revenue in Nigeria are devolved. And that's when the devolved units work, is when the country works. It is in the interest of the national government to release more resources to the counties. That is when this country is going to be properly run. Because there are several devolved functions like health, like agriculture, and part of infrastructure, which is not working properly because resources are not going down to the counties. A big chunk of the money going to counties today is purely for recurrent expenditure, paying salaries to the staff. Very little money is remaining for the governors to do development work. And that's the reason why I find it very unfair that governors are being blamed for lack of development in their counties. And members of parliament should move away from trying to construct roads, from trying to construct health centers, schools and so on. Those are the responsibilities of the county government, not a national parliament. Thank you. No, only this subject. I will do another statement generally, then you can ask general questions. Today is about this issue of revenue share. Okay? Of which is a members of National Assembly to move away from functions which it's so clear that, because I was involved in the drafting of this constitution, and but the greed of members of parliament want to be constructing roads. Members of parliament want to be constructing health centers. They want to be contractors themselves. Who is going to oversight the government? If the oversighter himself is the implementer. It does not happen anywhere in the world. No, you see, what the Constitution provides, and who is really at fault here. I'm basically trying to create some clarity for this issue because there's some kind of cloud. People don't understand really the bone of contention between the Senate and the National Assembly. And you can also see that, on the other hand, the county government are being blamed, the governors, for lack of development, that they're not doing anything. The development which is available is only done by members of parliament. See members of parliament constructing roads, members of parliament constructing health centers, schools and so on. Because the funds which are supposed to go to the counties for those purposes are being held by MPs. This is the work of counties. Today, the bulk of the revenue that goes to counties goes for purely recurrent expenditure. Nearly 70% of the revenue going to counties is only for recurrent expenditure, paying salaries to workers and so on. Only 30% remain for development, which is very inadequate indeed. Because the bulk of which will be going there is going into these other funds, which are under control of members of parliament. If that were to change, then the equation would change. Nearly 50% of revenue going to the counties would be for development projects. And the counties are the ones which are actually best suited to do the development. And then you've got the county assemblies to oversight. Members of parliament are supposed to oversight the national government. You see, they're supposed to represent their constituents. Two, they're supposed to legislate. And three, they're supposed to oversight the government. But they themselves are now being involved in the execution of projects at the constituency level. In fact, there's very little work being done in the National Assembly. The assembly is most of the times empty. There are no debates taking place in that parliament the way it used to be when we were members of parliament those days. Parliament is no longer doing its work as a national assembly. This is why we are really calling them to account. You have said that fuel levy fund is supposed to be used for maintenance of roads at the national level and at the county level. So that should go directly to the kitty of the county government, not constituency fund being controlled by members of parliament. That's what I'm saying. It is the members of parliament are not supposed to be executing things. The members of parliament are supposed to be oversighting. But if an MP himself is the executor, you have a situation where MPs themselves are the contractors. I know examples where you find a president going to launch a road, the contractor is a member of parliament. So if that's not a conflict of interest, I don't know what conflict of interest is. It is embarrassing, very embarrassing indeed.
When the president came to power, the new government came to power, they promised to empower the president. They promised to enhance the source of economy. But what we are seeing from the Secretary of the National Assembly is all of what the promise. It's part of these lies that the Secretary of the
Yes, you know, there's a whole competition between the National Assembly, the national government, and the counties. See, there are people who don't believe in devolution, people who really prefer a unitary system of government. They think that governors are an unnecessary burden. They would rather deal with DCs. And you see this attempt to resurrect provincial administration, which actually under the Constitution was supposed to be replaced by the county government. But we are dealing with people who do not want devolution. So devolution is under threat. And those of us who were there, who fought to bring devolution, must stand up and be counted and defend devolution. We do believe very strongly that a devolved system of government is what will ensure equity in sharing of resources in our country and equal development across the whole country. Thank you.